One of the questions we get very frequently at the iFranchise group is the question of when should we franchise? How many units should we have? How much operating history should we have? Should we open a second unit, a third unit? And what I tell people is that the answer for that question really is an individual answer. It's not something where one size fits all. First of all, there's the question of, do you need to perfect your business before you start franchising? And what I would tell you is, the fact of the matter is you really shouldn't be looking to try to perfect your business. You're never going to perfect your business. The fact of the matter is every business that's a good business is continuing to evolve over the years. And so make sure that you sort of keep that in mind as a perspective. When McDonald's, for example, first started franchising, they had 14 items on their menu. They had hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, Cokes, shakes, and that was pretty much it. So you're going to evolve. They didn't have at that time Big Macs and filet of fish. They didn't have Ronald McDonald and drive-through windows. So understand, your business is going to change. So the next question is, how much experience is enough experience? Well, it really depends on the nature of the business that you're going into. When Five Guys Burgers decided to compete in the hamburger segment, they were going head-to-head with McDonald's. And so you take a look at Five Guys, they waited for 16 years before they began their franchise efforts. They had many units in place before they began franchising, probably 14, 16 units in place themselves before they began franchising, because they wanted to make sure that they had all of their systems refined and that they had something that would work in that sort of head-to-head environment with a big established franchise competitor. On the other hand, some companies like Massage Envy, when Massage Envy came to us and they began their franchise efforts, they had just been running their first unit for about 3 months. They were about to open their second location. They didn't have a lot of operating experience, but what they did have was something that was new and unique in the marketplace and something that they knew they had to get out there quickly. So the rule of thumb is, if you're going against a big established player, you need to be very slick. If you're going against a market that's a new and evolving market and you want to be fast to the marketplace so that you can get a market advantage, you better be very quick. So that quick versus slick equation is really one that you need to take into account what the market factors are. And then, of course, the last thing that you need to look at when you're looking at the question of when to franchise is really, what are your personal goals? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? The more aggressive your goals are, the more likely it is that you're going to want to franchise earlier. And if you have more conservative goals, you may decide that it's more important to wait for a while and work on refining your operation a little bit further, or open an additional unit before you get started with franchising. So again, there's the question of goals, and that really factors into it as well. So goals and market conditions are the things that you should be looking at. Now we have a DVD, it's a 90-minute DVD on how to franchise your business that you can get at www.ifranchisegroup.com. And so if you go to that website, you can get it, or you can go to 708, call us at 708-957-2300, and you can get that DVD sent to you, and it'll give you a lot more information about all these questions about when to franchise and about franchisability and those types of general questions about franchising. So again, www.ifranchisegroup.com.